It's not about falling down. It's about how fast you can get up after you have fallen down. That's where the magic is.
Discover what it takes to be a world-class entrepreneur.
No success story ever happened without any struggle at the beginning.
And how you can have it all from the greatest minds in business.
Why do you think people give up when business gets tough?
Welcome to the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. Here is your host, international award-winning entrepreneur and founder of Woman Entrepreneur, Erna Vassan.
Hi, good morning, and welcome to the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. This is Erna Vassan, and today, ladies, is a very special day as I have the one and only Lindsay Adamson on the line all the way from the US. Lindsay, welcome.
Hi, so glad to be on here and to talk to you today and all of you listening.
We are very happy to have you. And sorry, you are from the US, but you're currently in Canada, right?
I'm actually from Canada. I'm from Toronto, and I'm here right now visiting my family, but I've been living in Miami for the last 8 months.
Tough life. Miami is tough life, right?
Yeah, totally.
So Lindsay, we are going to jump right into this. So for my first question is, can you give us a bit of background on who is Lindsay Adamson, what do you do, and how are you helping women change and become the best person that they can possibly be?
Absolutely. That gives me chills. So my name is Lindsay Adamson, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Hungry Lioness. And basically, I'm a high-level success coach for passionate women who really want to manifest the life of their dreams. I help them to transform their life and their business, help them to find courage so that they can become wildly successful, not just in business, but in every area of their lives. I'm an international speaker. I am also super passionate about music, and I love to sing and record music. And I really, truly believe that as women and as people in general, we can all have it all. And so my mission in life is always to tell myself that I can and will have it all, and I'm going to help other women find the courage to live their dreams too. And so just talking about that lights me right up, because there is no better feeling in the world than to see other women shine their light so brightly and really start to believe in themselves so they can live their dreams.
Yeah. No, I can totally hear in your voice. You are so excited about this topic. And that's, you know what? That's why I invite you onto this podcast, because when I speak about a topic, I want to have the best person in the industry to speak about it. And there's no one better than you, Lindsay, on this topic. So I'm very grateful to have you on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so honored to hear that.
Yeah. Okay, so Lindsay, let's go straight to the question is, when you work with women, what is the number one issue that like most of the women are experiencing, and what do you tell them how to deal with it?
That's a hard question to answer, because I have two answers that are coming to my mind. So I'm going to tell you both of them, if that's okay.
No worries. Perfect.
The first one is a lot of women lack the ability to believe in themselves and believe that they are enough and worthy enough to live their dreams. And the first thing that I do is I treat them and I see them as the woman that they're working so hard to become. And when you're constantly around someone who's already associating you as that person, it's super easy to become her. Because all you have to do is take one step into the light and become who you were born to be. And that's what I'm all about, helping women to unleash that woman that they were born to be. The second thing that I would say that holds so many women back is fear. And my absolute superpower in life is courage and helping people to learn to act in spite of their fears. And so if you have a woman who believes that she is enough, who believes in her dreams, and who takes action in spite of any fear that she's feeling, that is a woman who is absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah, yeah. And when you speak about fears, what type of fears are women experiencing?
The number one fear, we'll take it back to what I just said. The number one fear is just not being enough, not being good enough.
Yeah.
But a lot of people feel failure. Women especially really fear judgment.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big fear with just being yourself and not hiding or wearing a mask.
Yeah.
There's a big fear of making mistakes and failing at something that you start and then being judged for it.
Yeah.
I would say that these are the main fears that people are experiencing, and they literally hold us back from so much amazing things that can happen in our lives. And as soon as we learn to conquer those fears, everything starts to shift.
No, of course, of course. And when you speak about judgment, do you think women fear judgment from other women more than they fear judgment from men?
Absolutely. And that's one of the main things that I'm working so hard to change. Part of my big vision is to help inspire a world where from a much younger age, women learn to support each other and love each other instead of being catty and judgmental and
just bitchy.
Spreading drama. Yeah. Because I find like it takes until our late 20s, early 30s to start discovering how powerful it is for us to come together instead of being against each other. Yeah. And I want to teach women or girls in elementary school these important lessons that we're only learning right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But definitely.
You should definitely write a book.
I've got about 4 in the works.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. When we launch them, you will be we want to be the first media to release that, and we can do it on the platform, give away some copies, and all of that stuff. But yeah, so
awesome.
You're thinking out loud now. But why do you think women are so bitchy? Like I'm talking. I'm telling this straight to the point. And I know a lot of women are struggling. So I'm asking the hard questions. Why do women hate so much on one another?
That's a complex question, but I'm going to try to answer it. And it totally made me laugh because I've never been asked that before. Yeah. Why are women so bitchy? Here's a number of answers. One, we have learned based on what we've experienced when we're children. And when you're a child and you see the women role models in your life acting that way towards other women, then you learn that from a young age. But I think it also stems from seeing people having things that you want. And instead of working harder to get it yourself, it's easier to sit back and judge other people. I feel it all the time because I've always been an overachiever. And so when I see that people see me doing something that they wouldn't be willing to do themselves, they often judge. But I bring that to light, and I'm an amazing communicator, and I just like to talk about things and bring discussions into life to light to see how we can really support each other. Yeah. And so I think that in order to change that, we just need to start having more discussions about how we can support each other, because in our society, we're taught to succeed in one way, and that is from a dominant male energy, and that's all about competition. But I believe that in order to be successful, not just in business, but in every area of your life, you need a balance of male and female energy. Yeah. And that means that, yes, you want to work hard, you want to be that go-getter, you want to go out and take action and do all the male energetic things. But on the flip side, you want to listen to your intuition and follow your heart and your passion and put feeling into what you do. And if you have both, then there's no limit to what you can achieve.
Yeah.
But if you're stuck in just that one version of success that's perpetuated by our society, you will be super competitive and bitchy towards other people because that's how you're taught to succeed.
Of course, especially if you're very competitive, especially if you're a very competitive person, then you will always be. Let's talk about women comparing themselves to other women. What is your solution to that? And is that a thing that you get a lot?
That's a really tough one because it literally takes such a conscious effort to stop judging other people. And like, I catch myself doing it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gotten to the point where when I'm in the middle of doing it, I'll stop myself and say, I don't judge people anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still that natural thing that comes. And it takes a lot of conscious effort to change our thought patterns.
Yeah.
But the truth is that everyone in this world deserves an equal opportunity.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't judge people just based on how they look or based on the first 5 seconds of speaking with them, because people are complex and they can always surprise us. They can always teach us something.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And my next question is let's say, for instance, social media is a huge thing. It's a huge part of our lives. I mean, I think people spend more time on social media than anything else at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
What is your advice? For instance, let's say I go onto social media and I see this woman and she's doing so brilliantly, and she's traveling all over the world and she's experiencing so much success, and she's living a lavish lifestyle, and then let's say, for instance, I get that jealousy, envious type of feeling. What is your advice to women to like snap out of it and just, move forward with what you are doing? What do you say to women like that?
Easy question, because I've definitely experienced it. And the funny thing is, just over a year ago, when I started working with my coach, I was feeling that towards her. And like I said, communication is really important to me. I actually just told her how I was feeling. And what she said to me that day was really amazing. She said, of course you're feeling that way because I have something that you want and you're working towards that you just haven't reached yet.
Mm-hmm.
And what that simple answer made me realize is that, someone else's path is not your path. And there's parts of their path that you may want, but the more clear that you get on your vision and what you truly want, and the more focus you put towards it, the less you'll get envious or even notice other people's journey. You'll support them, but you won't feel this need to live their life because you'll be so excited about the one that you're creating. And that's exactly what I proceeded to do. And now the lifestyle that I live is very similar to what I was envious of a year ago.
Yeah, and that's great. And that just shows how much you can grow when you actually put your mind to something, right? And implement and take action and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're not meant to live anyone else's path.
Of course.
And the truth is that you'll never do it better than them when it's their own path. So you might as well be the biggest superstar of your own path and your own vision, and just absolutely live your wildest dreams that are yours.
Yeah, no, totally agree. So my next question might be a tough question, and it's about, let's talk about social media bullying, right? So like I said, social media is huge at the moment. We spend so much time on social media, and bullying, let me just get the pronunciation right, has been such a big thing. I mean, with going from schools, and now people are experiencing bullying online on social media from adults. Now, having bullying happen to a woman can, destroy her confidence, and and what is your message that you want to give to women that's been bullied online, how to overcome that and how to move forward?
This is a topic that really breaks my heart because there's so many incredible people who just have the worst things said to them. And I've been really blessed that it hasn't happened a ton to me, but I do know people that it's happened a lot to. And I would just say that people have a lot of courage when they don't have to say something out loud to your face. Yeah. And they often say things that they don't mean. But if you're someone who's being bullied, it's most likely because you're doing really well and someone's jealous. And so it can be really hurtful, but what you need to be really diligent about on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media is deleting anyone whose energy does not belong or deserve to be in your space.
I love that.
Constantly be deleting people and removing them. even if they're not bullying you, but they're just like writing things that don't resonate with you or are negative or don't like radiate love or make you feel good or inspire you. You want to surround yourself with people who inspire you, who give you positive things to think about, who support you both in your real life and on your online life. And so just keep filtering through people until you find your tribe that lights you up. Because the truth is, and I'm sure you've heard this before, but you are heavily, heavily influenced by the people you spend the most time with.
Of course.
Now, because we spend so much time on social media and less time in person around actual people, you're going to be heavily influenced by the people that you communicate with online the most often. And so you need to make sure they're people that lift you up, that inspire you, and that push you to stay on your path and to stay true to your vision. Find those people and spend as much time as possible around them as possible. And F all of the people who do not deserve your time or your presence.
Totally agree with that. I think after this question, women are going to do a Facebook cleanup. And you know what? Let's talk about Facebook cleanup. How regularly should you be looking at your Facebook profile in terms of who are you connected with, and who should you to start deleting and all that, to make sure that your Facebook, your online presence is a positive one.
This is so funny that you're asking me this, because I had 10 minutes left of spare time before we got on this podcast, and I spent it deleting people off my Facebook list. Honestly, social media is meant to connect with people. Yeah. So anytime I find that my list is getting cluttered with people that I'm not even connecting with, I do one of two things. I either reach out and connect with them if there's someone that I want to get to know, or I delete them. And so there's no set right answer for how often you should be going through that. But on a day-to-day basis, if you scroll through your feed and you see anything that does not resonate with you, even one time, even if it's a person that writes lots of great things, but they wrote something that struck a major chord negatively with you, they're gone.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Because the thing is, the people that you accepted 3 or 4 years ago, you've outgrown them probably. And, they're not, what's the word? How can I say this? It's like, you don't get value from them. Is that the correct way of saying this? I think when you are growing into the person that you want to be, is you have this person in mind. So you want to connect with people that you want to be on the level with, right? They always say you need to have you need to have successful people within your group. And do you think that's also one of the things that you need to look at? The people that you connect with 3 or 4 years ago, those are not your people anymore.
Yes. I mean, that's not the case for all of them, but definitely a good chunk of them. You outgrow people both on your offline and online life. And this is something that I like to follow. I heard this years ago, and it still rings true for me. The ideal ratio is to have 33% of the people in your life be people that are currently at a level above you that you strive to reach. Yes. People that you can learn things from, that will inspire you, that will teach you and help you grow. 33% of people that you hang out with and spend time with should be people that are on the same level as you, who are also hungry to rise, who understand exactly what you're going through, and you can help support each other as you grow and transform and succeed together. 33% of the people that you have in your life are really close family friends and family who isn't necessarily going in the same direction as you, but they support you and they love you and they want to see you succeed. Yeah. And then 1% is saved for that special someone that, if you're lucky, that you have in your life. Yeah. And I really truly believe in this ratio and try my best to have that happen. And I'm really blessed to have an amazing family. And so that portion of it is taken care of. And the rest, I just, as I grow, I monitor and seek out the right people to get me to that next level. And I try to be that person who can help others get to the next level as well.
Yeah. And this is another tough question that I have for you. And I know you're the perfect person to answer this. So let's talk about women's perspective in the workplace. So it's not very new, but women hasn't been on the top of the food chain in the work environment when it comes to highly paid positions in the workplace, and building their own empires and all of that. Now, I know there's a lot of women that is that's beautiful, that gets opportunities and all of that stuff, but then men don't take them serious. Men don't take a beautiful woman serious, and either they seem like a joke, or the man will then either try his luck to get her in bed, right? What is your advice to women like that, that's experienced that, or that's experiencing that? How do you shift from being the pretty girl to the I'm this the real deal,
Do you mind if I tell you a story to answer that question?
I love stories.
I experienced this firsthand. Not necessarily your boss trying to sleep with you thing, but definitely not being taken seriously in the workplace.
Yeah.
I worked at a job for 8 years where I was number one from about day 5 on the job. And it was a highly, highly competitive sales position.
Yeah.
And I worked my ass off, harder than I had ever worked, to be number one and to stay number one.
Yeah.
But it took about 3 or 4 years of working for that company before they stopped saying that I was the best woman in the company, and they just started saying I was the best, period.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I had been the best from day 5 on the job and for 8 years. But it took 4 years for them to start recognizing it. And the company was 80% men. So for them to say I was the best woman was really not much of anything.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So I learned that. And I went through a period of time in my corporate jobs of wondering what I had to do to stand out and be recognized as one of the best, because that's something that I've always strived for. And I recognize the fact that a lot of women, will change their appearance or will try certain things and be really self-conscious about what you just said and what you just asked me. But the best advice that I have for you is just to say F all of that, not pay attention to any of that, and just be you and do your best and shine bright, and trust that the right opportunities and the right people will be attracted into your life, and have the discipline to say no when things happen that cross your boundaries or that do not resonate with who you are as a person. And if you have to say no to an opportunity, trust that a far better one is coming your way if you stay true to your values, to your vision, and to who you are. And if you just shine her really bright and really big and really bold, I promise you the right people and the right opportunities will show up in your life.
Of course. Positive attracts positive, right?
And it doesn't hurt to just start your own business so you don't have to deal with any of that. That's definitely what I did.
and that is probably the best advice ever, is just start doing your own thing, because you deserve to do your own thing and to be your own boss. And and my next question is about confidence. How can women build confidence?
Good one. Here's the secret. People seem to have this belief, and it seems to be what majority of people believe in our society. People believe that someone is a confident person, and you have to learn how to become a confident person. And once you're a confident person, you're just confident in all the areas of your life, and that's just who you are. But the truth is, that's a complete lie. And you build confidence in each area of your life separately. So you could be completely confident in one area of your life and completely nervous and full of anxiety in another area of your life. So the secret to confidence is courage. You have to take action before you feel ready and even when you feel scared. And if you do something enough times, you'll get good at it, and then you will feel confident about it. So the people who you look at who appear confident in all the areas of your life, those are people who are extremely courageous, who have committed themselves to doing the most, trying the most, and taking the most action until they become really good at the things that they do and they feel confident about them. So if you want to become an extremely confident person, you've got to find the courage to act in spite of your fears on a constant and consistent basis.
I love that. I love that. And with confidence comes mindset. I think mindset, when you start a business or when you do something, the first thing that you need to overcome is your own mindset. And we all know that your worst enemy is yourself. And how important would you say is it is the fact that the words you speak to yourself actually shows the type of performance that you will deliver? Do you think that's true, or what is your opinion about it?
Oh my God, yes, 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 yes. The words that you say to yourself in your own mind literally shape your entire existence. Everything that goes on inside is simply projected outwards, and that is the life that you live. And that is why someone can go from being homeless to being a billionaire a matter of years later by changing their mindset. And that is the same reason why someone who was born with money and has been handed millions of dollars can then become broke. Because it's all about what you believe about yourself and who you believe that you are and what you believe you're capable of. And the amazing thing is that our minds can be reprogrammed. Yes, it takes conscious effort. And yes, you need to work with someone who can teach you exactly how to do it. And that's a big part of what I work with my clients on, completely reprogramming their minds for massive success in all areas of their lives. And basically, your mind will believe whatever you tell it most often. And so you have to get in the habit of telling it the things that you want to learn to believe. And people say to themselves, well, how can I say it to myself when I really don't believe it and I feel like a fraud? And I always say to them, say it enough times to yourself, and I promise you, you will believe it.
Of course. Of course. It's like saying to when you're in gym, it's like saying to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. You are going to be tired and you won't be finishing your workout. And it's all about what you are saying to yourself and nothing else.
Exactly.
Yeah. The saying goes, the body achieves what the mind believes.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that I've learned in regards to the body-mind connection is to use a reward system instead of a punishment system. And so when we're kids, so many people say to us, no, that's bad, or oh, good, you're such a good girl, that was amazing, or whatever. And our minds are really taught right and wrong, good and bad. And so often when we do things that we don't want to do, we punish ourselves in our mind. So say, for example, I skipped the gym today and I said to myself in my mind, oh my God, what are you doing? You're not going to reach your goals. That was so bad. You're such a failure. You're such a fat ass, or whatever. If I said that to myself, that would be a punishment system.
Yeah.
But people are far more motivated by reward. And so if I'm on the treadmill and I'm sprinting and I say to myself, and this is one thing I practice a lot, pride. And I say to myself, Lindsay, I'm so proud of you. This is so amazing. I am so proud of you. Not only does it make me want to go back tomorrow so that I can be proud of myself again, but it makes me want to do more right then in that moment. And this actually will carry forward and transfer into every area of your life. And it will also improve your relationships.
I love that. And with us being in 2018, right, there is so much going on. You have so many hats that you need to wear, and it can become overwhelming. What is your advice that you give to women on how to handle the situations to avoid overwhelming feeling?
I've definitely experienced a lot in my life of anxiety and overwhelm, so I'm definitely qualified to answer this. Yeah. I learned a few years ago that the main source of our anxiety and our overwhelm is when we're trying to think about all the things that we need to do at the exact same time.
That is so true.
So the only way to overcome that and to feel totally easy breezy when you're doing things and get everything done instead of totally breaking down and feeling so overwhelmed that you can't even start the first thing, is to, first of all, I always start with a to-do list. Because when it's always swirling around in your mind, it is so exhausting. And when you have it in front of you, you on paper, you can split it into 3 categories: high priority, medium priority, and low priority. Yeah. And then from there, you start with the high priority items and you literally just focus on one thing at a time and visualize in your mind how amazing it's going to feel to put a check mark beside that thing on the page. And let that be your motivation. Again, a reward system.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it. I think when I don't have to-do list, like writing everything out that I need to do today, I'll be so lost. And yeah, no, it will be just crazy. So on to our last question. How do we get hold of Lindsay Adamson and the Hungry Lioness?
Well, you can definitely visit my website, lindsayadamson.com. And I would love all of you passionate, ambitious women to join my Facebook community. And you can find it. It's a group called the Hungry Lioness. It's completely free. And it's a space where you can come to learn, connect, get support, and to grow. And you can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram by searching for Lindsay Adamson Official.
Okay, awesome. Lindsay, I had a lovely morning with you, and thank you so much for putting out the time to be speaking to us and our listeners. And I really am grateful that you took the time and spoke to our people. And I know that they will get a lot of value from this interview. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to leave all of you listeners with just one last sentence. Yeah. And one last thought, and this is it. Be yourself, be true to yourself, and shine as bright as you possibly can. Stay focused on your vision, and just take one step at a time. And I promise you, if you stay true to who you are, you shine bright, and you keep focusing on your vision, you will succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And if you ever need help with that, I would so totally love to help you with that.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And we will make sure that we put in all the links into the podcast so they can connect with you faster that way. And again, thank you so much for your time. We really had a great conversation today. And it's a pity, wasn't it, in the evening? Otherwise, I would have my glass of red wine, but now it's still.
Well, thank you so much. It's been such an honor to be on your show. I love your show and your magazine, and it's such an incredible honor to be a part of both of them. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And guys, Lindsay is a writer for us, and make sure that you get her monthly editorials as well in our magazine, where she just gives you all of her knowledge for free. So make sure that you subscribe to the magazine as well, so you can have a bit more of Lindsay as well. And again, Lindsay, thank you so much, and I'm wishing you a wonderful day and shine bright.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast, the #1 success platform for female entrepreneurs. Visit our website, womanentrepreneur.co, for your daily motivation and business growth expert advice. Until next time, play big, think big, and impress yourself.